Hi, so in this video I'll explain about array. Array is a data type in C. With the help of array, you can store multiple number of values. That means using a normal variable, generally we initialize a variable, store a single value. Now with the help of an array, you can store multiple number of values. And just like normal variables, you need to tell the data type of the array. It can be int, float, double, up to you, or depending on the program. So here I'll discuss about one-dimensional array. So normally you have to define the size of the array as well. If you want to store 10 values, you can define the size 10, or you can also define 20, but you still can store only 10 values or 2 values. Then you can access an array with the help of its index number. So in an array, the indices starts from 0 up to n. N is the size of an array. So let's just see how you can store values in an array and print it. So let's just take an array of integer type. Array. I just want to keep the size 10. That means you can store only maximum 10 number of values in this array. So for the counter, that means for the index, I am initializing I. Okay. Now I want the users to tell how many numbers you want to print. Enter the number of elements you want to store. Which is of course have to less than 10 because my size is just 10. You can also increase. Now you need to score. Okay, so since user want to give the number of elements, that means you also have to initialize a variable. For that, let's take n. Scanf person. So here you are storing the input values. Now enter the numbers. Now I'll start for loop so that we can store the values given by the user into an array one by one, starting from 0 index to n. So here starts for I equal to 0, as I already mentioned. Index starts from 0, I less than 9, because user wants total n number of numbers. So from 0 to n there will be n numbers. Then you need to just increment the counter. So here you are just storing the value. %d %array I, because I is the index. Next, here you are storing the values. Now you want to print the values. So again it's same from index 0 to you want to print the numbers. Array is %d Okay, so just to look a bit good, I'm just putting a new line character. Okay, I hope I didn't miss any of the semicolons or typos. Which line? 17. Yeah, I put comma instead of semicolon. Okay, okay, now you want to store how many numbers? Suppose 5. Enter the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So your array is, see, why it's coming like this? Because I put this line inside this for loop. That means every time it reads from 0 to n number, it's showing the array is. Okay, so if you want to don't want your answer to be printed like this, you can just write it outside. Okay, so anything you want to print once, you just write it outside your loop. If you want to print something many times, then you need to write it inside the loop. Again, try numbers 2, 4, 5, 7. So your array is 2, 4, 5 and 7. Okay, if you want to give a little bit gap, you can just write a tab here. Now run again. Suppose 4, 2, 4, 6, 7. So our number is 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I hope it's clear.